Hey guys, what's up? I am Felra, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. Yesterday we did a video about what you can expect from Raid Shadow Legends content creation. Today I'm going to be giving you a guide on how to play your account differently, as well as some of the supplies that you need as a content creator. We're gonna go over the account stuff first, and then end with the stuff that you need and the stuff that I use and or recommend that you have as a content creator. Alright guys, one of the things that you need to change if you're going to do Raid Shadow Legends content creation, if you're not already doing this, is every single resource can be a video. The only reason to use resources outside of a video is if you do not want to make a video using that resource. Hey you, stop right there. Click the link in the description below to get a free Corrado, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus as you level up your account in Raid. Here's exactly how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description below and register with a brand new email. Log in and complete the tutorial. You'll find Corrado in your inbox, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus as you level up. If you're looking for a great start in Raid, this is your chance. Make sure you get your free Corrado as well as 3 free epics by clicking my link right away. So for example, I have a fair amount of shards. All right, I've got a fair amount of shards here: 4 sacreds, 13 primals, 3 voids, and 13 ancient shards. Not only am I saving these for certain events that I want to pull on, but I am also saving these for videos. I think shards are the easiest example of this, but you can also do soul stones, right? So if you've got, oops, excuse me, I am not purchasing this pop-up. No thank you, Plarium. All right, well, here we go. If you have a bunch of soul stones, I did this morning, I pulled them all, not for a video, although I debated doing that. If you have a bunch of soul stones, that can be a video. If you have a bunch of books, that can be a video. If you have a bunch of champs, you can do a champ training video. If you have a bunch of gear that can be rolled up, you can do a gear guide, right? Every single resource in this game can be converted into a video if that is what you so decide to do, right? The one thing that can't really be turned into a video is multi-battles, so, you know, you usually have to do those off camera, which is easier than ever now that we have background multi-battles in the game. But your arena tokens can definitely be turned into a video. Your live arena tokens can be turned into a video. All of that kind of stuff. Now, I get that not everybody is Boozer, right? Boozer and Colred are the greatest free-to-play players probably in the game right now, right? But not everybody is them. Not everybody has that kind of time. So the way you spend your money is also going to be different. Now, I have had so many different whales or krakens or both tell me that I need to be buying energy, and they are right? Things like daily energy pack, right? There are a couple other right packs here, yeah, that are energy. They tell me don't buy shards, don't buy books, buy energy. The issue with that is that energy doesn't make for good videos. Will it get you more account progress? Yes, absolutely, right? It'll absolutely get you more account progress. But the stuff you need to make videos are these shards, are the books, right? You have to do that to make engaging content or effective showcases or whatever else. Now, your energy, you can also get. One thing I like to buy, I bought this last month, was the daily energy pack, and I haven't used any of this energy yet, but basically it gives you for 14 days, you get a little bit of energy every day, and it's actually a pretty good chunk, right? And so that is, and it's cheap as well. So I think that is a pretty good investment if you want to spend a little bit less and also get your energy. I have also been getting the daily gem pack, so I've got that one as well. And then usually I try to get some shard packs or some book packs or something like that in order to help me make more videos, because the ultimate goal of a Raid Shadow Legends content creator is to play the game well and deliver engaging content, right? So if I can deliver engaging content with, you know, shards, I've got 13 primal shards, right? Normally I might have pulled these by now, but because I'm saving for a video, I'm saving for a 2x mythical, right? And I do expect that there will be one soon. So, you know, you have to think about how all of your resources, including your money, if you're going to spend in this game, can be converted into videos most effectively. For that reason, your account progress will be stalled, right? The other thing you have to think about is your champions, okay? So, in other words, okay, I just pulled a new champion. I just pulled Seer, all right? I just pulled Seer. Seer is awesome. Will Seer make an effective video? Absolutely. Is she who I should 60 next? Maybe, all right? She will give me more immediate rewards in the short term. However, I don't have my Lydia yet, and Lydia is a very good Seer enabler. I almost do have my Lydia. I just need to finish Dwarf and Shadowkin and Lizards, all right? And Lydia, because she has a drop defense and a weaken with a strengthen and an increased speed, all on her A2, she can enable Seer very, very, very well, all right? So I'm in a bit of a bind here because I haven't finished Shadowkin. I haven't finished Faction Wars. I need Lydia in order to do an effective showcase for Seer. So what am I going to do? I may actually 60 my Fenshi or my Rearguard Sergeant before I do my Seer. Seer just needs crit damage, so she can kind of do the job at level 50 anyways. So Fenshi and Rearguard Sergeant might actually be better investments. Not only can I showcase Seer, but I can also showcase Lydia, right? And Lydia is, of course, a huge boon to every single account, so finishing Faction Wars is a very high priority for me. I 60'd Philia, right? Philia is a really good champ here. She surprised me with how much damage she can put out. So, you know, that's a video as well. When you pull a champion, you have to think not only how they're going to help your account, but also how they're going to help your channel. And those two things sometimes need different stuff, right? For example, I built out Arashi the Riptide. Now, he's not in the greatest gear or anything like that. Come on, Mr. Load, my guy. But he's not in the greatest gear or anything like that. He's not great. He doesn't have any ignore defense gear, nothing like that. But he'll be great for a video, you know? He'll be great for a live arena video. I can do a video, is this champion really good in live arena? I haven't used him in live arena yet, so I don't know, right? All I've used him in Faction Wars so far, right? That's it. So, but, you know, he'll be a great video. Kaja the Rai, same thing, right? Make a good video. Using the Marooned, make a good video. However, the inverse of that is also true. If you are playing your account and you're leveling the champions that you need for your account, you can then make a video, this champion changed my account. So there's a balance of doing both what your channel needs and what your account needs. You have to do both, but figuring out the timing is what is key. Personally, I think your YouTube channel is harder to grow than your account is, so I generally tend to prioritize that. However, if you don't grow your account, your channel isn't going to get anywhere either. So you just need to hold those things in balance, right? You need to hold those things in balance, figure out what works best for you. All right, so basically every resource can be converted into a video. Every update can be converted into a video as well. And your friend for that is both the news section and the official Raid Shadow Legends announcements. If you go and join Smiley TK's Discord, he does a lot of the events and like announcing the progressive chances that Plarium gives him and all that kind of stuff, which is super useful as well. He also does pack offers and whatever evaluates those. So very, very good, helpful resource from Smiley. So thank you, Smiley, for all of that. Now, like, you just have to evaluate all these things, right? Like the Guardian Ring. Should I unlock my Guardian Ring? Actually, I probably have enough gems now that I could. That might not be bad. And the reason that I want to do this is not only to progress my account, but also progress my channel. It'll give me, or allow me to use at least less resources. So let's unlock all of these slots. All right. And then what I can do is I can stick in a rare, and then I can stick in another rare. And then this will allow me, apparently, it allows you to make about a 60 a week, right? A 60 a week, and that is going to be super good for the channel because that means I can use less resources in order to make my 60s. All right, guys. Well, there we go. I'm going to have to come back in 34 minutes and check on all these guys. So we will see how much of a account changer that is. That costs a lot of gems, but, you know, apparently it pays off according to MTG Jedi and all of that kind of stuff. All right, so let's get into the kind of gear that you need for content creation. All right, so the first thing that you're going to need is Raid Shadow Legends. Now, you want your Raid Shadow Legends to be in a place where you can screen record it with yourself on top easily. Now, I used to do just voiceover videos, and I think that that really took away from the content and the quality of the content. So I definitely recommend being able to record Raid in a place where you can also overlay yourself. And there are a couple different ways of doing that. I'm going to share with you the way that I use, right? So you want Raid preferably on a laptop. Now that or a desktop or some sort of computer, right? That is probably going to be the most effective way, because then you can run whatever screen recording software that you are using directly from your computer and then hook up your camera into it, right? So for example, I use OBS. OBS is a great program. Potentially we can put a link in the description below. We'll see about that. I think I'll be able to. And then yeah, so OBS, and then I use a webcam. So a webcam like this one is going to be really good. This is not the webcam I use, obviously, because I'm recording. I actually use a Razer Kiyo, right? And the Razer Kiyo is really nice because it also includes a ring light. So I can turn on my ring light like that, and we get a bit of a different lighting system. Now, I find that it's best for my green screen, however, to actually use a ring light. So that's two more things that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a green screen and you're gonna need a ring light. Now, let me just turn off my green screen, for example. This is just a green blanket taped to the wall with frog tape. Now, frog tape is like a masking tape or painter's tape, except it's green, which is really good if you're working in a tight area. It will blend into the green screen and the chroma key and all of that kind of stuff. I highly recommend that you use a green screen. In my opinion, it looks far more professional than if you just do the little square with whatever your background is behind you, and it allows people to engage with the game better because they're seeing there's not as many distractions on the screen, right? If I just have myself like this, right, then that's far more distracting and it takes away from the game than if I have my green screen on and you can see the game behind me and all of that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend that you use a green screen, and green screens are they're light sensitive. So you know, the more lighting you have, the better. I like to use just a standard ring light that I got at Walmart for like 20 bucks, right? That for me works. This particular color of green for me really works. So, you know, that's just kind of my setup. It's really basic and all of that kind of stuff. As far as microphones are concerned, you definitely want to have a microphone. All right. So this is a microphone. Oops, excuse me. This is a microphone. It's just a clip-on mic. This antenna can plug into your phone or your computer or whatever else, and it will record the audio of this microphone. I got them online on an app called Flip. So that is an option. However, the shape of this antenna is such that it doesn't really plug into my computer very well, so I use this microphone instead. Now this is just I think this is a Shure microphone, and then I have the microphone cable and the boomstick, and then in order to use that I also have a Studio 24 PreSonus like converter box that the microphone cable plugs into, and then that plugs into my computer. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you because of the way I have my setup right now, but maybe we can put like a graphic or an image of it on the screen so that you guys know what I'm talking about. It's basically like a M2 or a Mo2 converter box that just runs audio into my computer, or yeah, that kind of thing, right? And that's really all you need. I highly recommend the green screen, although it is optional. You definitely need some sort of lighting system, right? A camera, just to make sure that your computer isn't shaky. You can watch any of my early, like super early videos if you want to see why you need all these things, why I made some of these changes. And thanks to Game Leap for helping me with some of that, right? So that's what you need. That is what you need to become a great Raid Shadow Legends content creator. If you guys want more guides like this, let me know in the comments. There are a couple other things that we could discuss in regards to Raid content creation. Guys, I have been Felrus, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I will see you in another video.